When you look at a modern map of the United States or Canada, you see 50 states and 10 provinces. But what if you looked at this land 600 years ago? You would see something completely different. A map filled with more than 500 indigenous nations, each with its own borders, flags, leaders, and cultures. This is the map that history textbooks often ignore, a true and ancient tapestry of peoples. Let's explore just a few of them. In the northeast woodlands, you'd find powerful and organized nations like the Wampanoag, Pequot, Narragansett, Lenape, and the legendary Haudenosaunee Confederacy. These nations were masters of diplomacy, farming, and forest management. They built impressive longhouses, lived in fortified towns, and created political systems that are still admired today. Journeying to the southeast, you would discover what could be called kingdoms. Nations like the Cherokee, the Creek or Muskogee, the Choctaw, the Seminole, and the Natchez. They had structured governments, advanced agriculture, and built monumental architecture. Their vast fields of maize, beans, and squash supported thousands, while their extensive trade routes connected them to cultures far and wide. Moving on to the Great Plains, before the arrival of horses, nations like the Lakota, Cheyenne, and Blackfoot used dogs as pack animals and lived near forests and rivers. But after horses were introduced, everything changed. They became expert riders, legendary buffalo hunters, and fierce defenders of the plains, creating a vibrant and iconic culture. In the Southwest, we find some of the oldest continuously inhabited villages on Earth, the Hopi, Zuni, Navajo, Apache, and the various Pueblo peoples built incredible stone cities right into the cliffs. They engineered sophisticated irrigation networks in the desert and created the iconic pottery and weaving traditions we recognize today. Up in the Pacific Northwest, among giant forests and powerful rivers, lived nations like the Haida Tlingit, Kwakwaka, Wakal, and Salish. They built massive cedar canoes capable of ocean voyages, carved intricate totem poles telling their family stories, and developed complex clan systems. Their potlatch ceremonies were a brilliant way to redistribute wealth across families and generations. And finally, in the harsh but beautiful Arctic were the Inuit, Inupiat, and Yupik peoples. They were masters of survival, hunting, and navigation in frozen landscapes, using technology perfectly adapted to their environment. When we say 500 nations, we aren't being metaphorical. Every single one of these peoples had its own story, its own heroes, its own language, and its own laws. This is the real, deep history of this continent of nations, long before modern borders ever existed. Thanks for watching, and if you found this perspective valuable, please like and subscribe for more.